All right, welcome back, everyone. After our week off, we had a bye to end the regular season for our Overwatch season here at XPL Brookfield. But now we've got the first round of the playoffs. We're facing off against the Loudon Hydra today. The winner of this match is going to go on to play the Monterey Whales for to win the bracket that we're in. We had so many, I think we had 15 teams in this season. So to make it fair, they broke the whole bracket down into 4 different brackets. So everyone will be playing their own mini tournament to go. So I guess to our advantage, we're facing off against probably like the 12th or 13th seed rather than the number 1 seed Madison Marvels. So
similarly ranked.
yeah, so
teams.
a little similarly grouped. So that will help us. It looks like. I know Loudon has had to play remotely today due to some current events going on in their area. They weren't able to access their center, but it does look like they were able to field a full squad. So we're getting into it now. We did win the coin toss. Looks like we picked Busan. We've been focusing on the control maps lately. I think they're a little bit of a better fit for us than the hybrid and escort maps have been.
Yeah, we had a couple last time, and I think they did really well. They kept things kind of close. In those instances where they were able to take the point right away, they were able to kind of hold on to it pretty well. It's a good fit for what they like to do, and honestly a good fit because they are playing with a bot today too. Bots are a little more likely to stand on the point and just stay there. I just need you in the circle. And
speaking of which, here's our bot, our Zarya, who's just going to stand in the back of the spawn until it's time to go, right? So it looks like we're mixing it up. We've got our Zarya bot, we've got Symmetra, Winston, which I think is a first for us, Mercy, Moira, and Reaper. So that's a new combo for us. We're going to be facing off against Soldier, Reaper, Ana, Reinhardt, they have a Zarya as well, and Lucio. Look at that, Winston taking advantage of the big jumping ability. So we'll see. He's a tricky hero for me. I tend to steer clear of him just because I'm not good.
Yeah, I just haven't quite figured him out yet. But the few times that I've played against other people who are good at him, he's not my favorite to play.
Yeah, he's got to be able to do the melee, get in there, do the big jumps, right? Use his abilities, because you can't just sit back and use his gun. So
yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get see what else we got here. So we are on the point, and we took it, and we're holding it. So off to a good start here for us. And move the camera now. Give us a good view here. Up stuck inside the building. It's awesome.
So it looks like we've got 4 kind of hanging out back on the point.
Couple pushing up to engage the spawn.
Yeah, I would imagine our Symmetra is probably up there kind of using her turrets to make sure that they can't even get that far.
Yeah, bouncing around. Looks like Reaper popped in, popped back out. Coming back, just trying to keep them in that doorway. That's been used very successful strategy against us. Just engage them off the control point to keep them from coming on and contesting. So you got to be disciplined to know to come up and push past that stuff and get on the point and make them engage you there. It looks like we just have the Winston and our Symmetra up here. Just Symmetra right now, just trying to keep it alive, keep them from taking the point from us, and they took it. So all right, now we're coming up onesie twosies. I think they got to regroup. Recognize that they took the point, and kind of re-coordinate here, come up with a little bit more of a unified attack, so we can potentially take it back. So,
and this has been the problem for them, I think, so far, is that once they're on the point and they hold it, they do great, and when they lose it, not coming up one at a time, but like really pushing together.
Yeah.
And it looks like here they did.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can clear it out a little bit.
Coming up a little bit together, kind of helping each other out here. We got Winston in there bouncing around, causing a little bit of havoc. I saw Symmetra up with her turrets there a moment ago. But it looks like they were able to shrug us off there on that push. So
it does look like our our Reaper has his ult at this point too, though. So if we can get to that point, his ult is really good for quickly clearing all of that out.
Get up there maybe with Winston, try to draw a crowd, kind of follow him in, or our Zarya bot just walked in on her own and got mowed down. All right, there's our Reaper. He is up there. I don't think
it looks like he did use his ult and he took down the soldier.
Got soldier. Okay, good.
A couple of theirs have ults ready too, though. So.
Yep. All right. So we have retaken the point. Now we got to hold. Yeah, they've got Ana, they've got Reinhardt, and their Zarya all have their ults. So and soldier.
Mhm. Yeah, and if they manage to time that together, that can be.
We do have Winston and Mercy with their ults. It looks like Winston just popped his. Now Symmetra just has hers. She put the wall up to the back of the point. But we're still holding it. We are still holding it here. We got a slight advantage here. Oh, they took it back. Okay, so now this is going to get interesting, right?
I don't like when they're close like this. It's extremely stressful. I mean, I want them to win. It's better than it being over very quickly.
They tied it up. They just passed us here. They're at 90%. We've got to come up, but we got to come up smart here because we're going to have one crack at this to try to contest this point and hold it. So we're going to go overtime. Here we go.
Looks like they did kind of all group up, though. I'm impressed that they.
There we go. All right, we do have an advantage here. Looks like we got a 4-on-2, 4-on-1. They got their Ana hiding back there, 4-on-2. All right, we retook the point. Just got to hold here. Just got to hold a little bit longer. They're regrouping. Looks like they're going to come up here now. Leading in with their Zarya. Reinhardt's up. Lucio's up. Lucio usually can be a pain to just kind of stay there, but we knocked him right away.
Yeah.
All right, they've got Soldier up. They've got their Reaper up. These guys are doing a good job of staying on the point. There they go. They got Reaper down. Soldiers down. And we took the point. Good job. All right. Nice work.
Cheer too loudly into the microphone.
That's all right. The points have been few and far between this season. So
yeah, that's really exciting.
Celebrate the win.
They've taken that note, I think, that they need to group together, that they need to kind of play as a team, and it looks like it worked really well for them. And we saw the other team doing it too. They kind of held back and came out together, because you can't hold a point with one person.
No,
you
right.
just can't.
Yeah, you can't. Even if you're the best player on your team, you just can't.
Right.
You can't carry like that at this talent level. So.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to see that growth. All right, hopefully we can keep it going here.
Looks like we're sticking with the same lineups. It looks like on both sides actually. So.
Yeah. I think for them it worked. Okay, that was something that they were going to try to focus on was use Symmetra's portal to try to move up a little bit quicker here.
I always have a really hard time placing them. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but they always end up right next to each other.
Right, yeah, and you want to get someplace where you can get a long view, long sight line, so you can drop it.
But I have to say, in the last month or two, playing against Symmetra's turrets has been
those really good players that can know to put them in the hallways and stuff, and you just walk in the door and you're like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, right? 3 of them on you at once.
Yeah, this isn't gonna last long. Yeah. All right, so they have engaged us off point, so we got to regain our focus here and get into, because they've taken it and they're already accumulating percentage points here. We got to regroup here and come up. So we do have a group of players here. There we go. Now we've got Symmetra and Reaper on point.
Yeah, we had Mercy kind of hanging back, but still able to heal people on the point, which is a good strategy with Mercy. She's not.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to stand in there and hold, right?
No. Even though healing people heals her, just not beefy enough for that.
Right. Same for them with Ana, right? She's not going to be able to stand up there, and she's got to stay back and support, and use the other teammates to. Well, basically try to keep them alive, right?
Right.
On the point. So, all right, here we come up here. Looks like we're coming up together. We We did switch to a Reinhardt. So a little. We didn't have a Reinhardt before, did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think
I was
so,
trying to
okay.
think. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I
Remember
can't
who
remember we switched
they
out.
replaced? But
Yeah. So. Okay, so we still have Mercy, we still have Zarya, Symmetra, Moira, and Reaper. We've got our Reinhardt up there. He's causing a bunch of chaos. I don't think we have anybody else here though to take advantage. We do have Mercy down there, but not enough to.
yeah,
Not
for a
enough
little
to
bit
try
we
to
had
take
that
the point.
Mercy
So.
Reinhardt combination, which is good. It's a great kind of
So the
strategy.
group's coming up. Okay, there we go. Symmetra popped her ult. She got the wall down. If we can just take advantage of that little corner there and get in there to contest the point here, but I don't think we've got enough players up here. We've got Reinhardt coming up, but he is outside, and I think he just got knocked. So all right,
Yeah.
well they came back and took that one quickly. I think we got their attention.
Yeah, they kind of held us off at the choke point, and we just never really got enough people together to go around. You know, we'd have
Yeah.
one or two people here and there, and that's tough to like group up and all go around. It's hard. It takes a lot of communication to really
Absolutely.
like strategize and make that happen.
Yeah. All right. Oh, this is this one with the walls. that
I
pop
do
up
not
and
like
down.
this one.
Yeah, it could be a little bit. You've got the high ground. You can. Couple interesting dynamics here.
Yeah, well, in this one, the sight lines are really, really tough. So as you're coming at the point, you have a hard time seeing exactly who's on the point and what you're going to be up against until you're there, which is extremely frustrating.
There's one look. Okay, it looks like they may have beaten us to the point here again. Starting to collect it right away. But they can't unlock it just yet, so we still got 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Really can unlock the point. Yeah, this map, to your point, I feel like anytime I get something going here on this map, I've got there's a Junkrat up on top just ruining my
yes.
day. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think one advantage that they have is on these control points, Lucio is really good because of his speed. He can, get a whole group to the point really
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
And as the percentages slowly tick up, that makes a huge difference that little bit of time.
Being the first one to get there, sometimes that's, like I said, just that little bit of advantage that makes the difference towards the end of the match.
Yeah, well, and being able to get back quickly once once you've died too is.
Yeah. All right, we did switch back to Winston. That's who it was. Yeah, we did
That's
switch
right.
back to Winston. We're going to give that another crack here. Looks like we split our group. Some of them coming through the side, some of them coming down from the top. Oh, there we go. Winston's in on the point. Our Reaper just went down. Okay, we still have Moira up on the top. Symmetra's got her turrets down. Looks like they just got slept by Ana and dropped. So, all right, so they swept us again. All right, they're a third of the way through this point.
I did like that entrance though, that they all came in at the same time, but it was tough for the other team to kind of focus their energy anywhere. And so if you can get somebody who's a little more tanky on that point.
Yeah, they're having just a little bit of a tough time. Like there on the staircase, they got to run past those guys and make them engage on the point, right? And don't let them trap you up there.
Yeah.
Find a way past and through. It's tough though to ignore the guy who's trying to take you out.
Right, and they stand right in that doorway. And like I said, it's really hard to see on this map where they're even coming from or what you're going to be up against until you're there.
Here we go. Hopefully we get a little push here. We got our Winston came through, but I think he's down already. But we do have Mercy and
Moira. Looks like.
At least distracting. I mean, they're occupying 3, so that's a 2v3. We have a little room here for a couple guys to come in from behind. Looks like it's our Zarya bot and Mercy, but okay, well that didn't work.
Yeah.
Looked like it was going to be a good strategy. Okay, we got Winston up there, but I think Winston is alone. We're still waiting for the rest of the team to come up, and he got slept and dropped pretty quickly. So all right, we're already up. Okay, so they came storming back on that one.
I think at this point they have good strategies. It's a matter of taking advantage of those really specific moments. Like when they had the Moira and the Mercy, there's a tendency by the other team to go after the healers first because it's easier.
Yeah.
And it pulled them all off the point. So,
Yeah.
you know, if we could have managed to get past and take advantage and stand on the point while they're kind of distracted, that would have been, it would have been really good. And we were close in a lot of ways, I think. Like, we're on the right path, going in the right direction.
Yep.
It's just making that stuff stick.
Yeah, just a little bit improvement every week we've seen out of this team, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at it from week one, it's a huge difference, and you can see that they've really picked up on the strategy of it, which is something that they didn't quite have to do as much of in silver. They didn't have to, like, that communication has made just such a difference.
Yeah. That's the key, right? You have to, all the little things matter, you know, at this point, because there are no small details. You know, it's taking advantage of what the map, you know, allows you to exploit. It's using your combinations to their fullest extent and trying to exploit any gaps in the combinations that your opponent is using, right?
And I think this is a thing in any video game that you play, is that you're sort of given these little steps, and it's like, okay, I learned how to do this thing, and then this thing, and then this thing, and then when you do that final boss, it's like, okay, I have to put all of those things together.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the point that we're getting to for them in this season, is, okay, week after week they've learned a new lesson every week, and now we're at the point where it's like, okay, you have to take all of those things and put them together.
Right, exactly, right. And don't assume, especially if you haven't practiced it, a lot of times, you know, when I played with my boys, there's an assumption that your teammates are going to play that hero the way that you play them.
Yeah.
So when you come up together, you're like, all right, if I was going to do this, I'd be popping my alt right now, and then your teammate doesn't do this. But they would have if you would have just said, hey, when I get in there, pop the alt behind me, right, or whatever, right?
Right.
And then, that's where, to your point, the communication can be so critical to finding success. So
they've definitely gotten a lot better at that, though. They've really picked up on needing to work together, and, you know, just because you are very, very good at your hero doesn't mean anything. We talked about that. You can't take the point with one person.
Exactly.
And so you can be really good at your hero and still lose.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be working together.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why you do esports instead of playing at home by yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, chance to continue to improve. Yeah, so we'll be waiting now for so they won, so they should be picking the match now, and then we can ban 3 maps as well as part of the process here. So they should be going. The coaches should be in the process of working that out now over Discord, and then there you go. You can see in the chat they just put in, so they're banning Volskaya, Hanamura, and Anubis in the first round. So all right.
I'm sure we ban Route 66 and 2 others.
Yeah.
To be named later.
Yeah, we definitely don't like Route 66 for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Although I don't think we do that terribly on it. So.
And we wouldn't know. We never play it.
That's true. That's
we
true.
ban it every
only
time.
when the other team picks it. Yeah.
Now, how do they decide, like, what kind of map they're gonna do? Do they go into the week knowing what kind of map they're gonna play, or
so
they just kind of pick
at the silver level, there's a set rotation by week as we go through. That way, you take that decision making out of the team. They don't have the pressure to try to figure out, well, okay, what mode, what map, right? You know what you're going to practice. There's no surprises.
Yeah.
You can actually run your practice on that map and mode, right? So that you're prepared for your match that weekend. For gold, we switched starting this season to running them all under tournament standard rules, so that every week the teams would be comfortable and have time to practice the pick and ban approach, so that you don't spend the whole season prepping for a map and and then you play that map, and then you get to the postseason and it's surprise, we're not doing that at all, right? And you were preparing for a control map and we're going hybrid, right? So that I think that was a smart move. I think it took coaches and everybody a little time to get used to it, because we need extra time to go through the coin flip And
So I said not Route 66, and I lied. Oh no, this is Hollywood. Never mind.
This is Hollywood.
I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. Don't prove me wrong. Yeah, I mean, it does make it a little bit harder to practice, I would think, because there are certainly heroes that are better on certain kinds of maps. And so not knowing what you're getting into week to week, you really kind of have to be able to say, I'm good at this character if it's a payload mission, I'm good at this one for control, I'm good at this one for,
Yeah.
and mix that up.
Absolutely, and and then changing too sometimes a control map. Maybe you go with one, or here for hybrid. You know, you might go with one strategy to unlock the payload, and then have a different one for escorting it to the finish line. And vice versa. If you're defending, you might have one to set up to defend the point, versus another one once it's on the move.
And I know we talked a little bit before too about being able to switch to match what the other team is doing. You can't always go into every payload mission and have it be the same.
Right.
So.
Yep. So it looks like, okay, they're sticking with, they've got Soldier and Reaper, Ana, Reinhardt, Zarya, and Lucio. We've got our Zarya bot. We've got the same, except for our tank is now switched to Orisa. So, all right, and we are going to have, they're defending, so we're coming up. We've got to come up and unlock the payload here in the next 3.5 minutes. So we'll see. This is one where the map can be a little challenging. Looks like they've got a good strategy of trying to engage us off the payload, so we spend some time pushing up here. Looks like we're trying to distract with Zarya and Symmetra on this side, while the rest of the group is going to push through someplace else, although I'm not seeing them actually come in.
Well, and that Zarya bot is going to do what they want. They're going to...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right, we'll see if these guys, looks like they're kind of staying in that building here. There we go. Okay, so we've got Symmetra coming through.
Yeah, they moved back pretty quickly. There's kind of like 3 points on this map where teams can kind of start. They can either stand right outside that spawn point, they hold the gate, or they stand right on the point.
Yeah. And
they were kind of at that gate, and it looks like we pretty quickly pushed them back a little bit.
So our Zarya was in there trying to unlock the payload. We're waiting on everybody else to come up and join her. And I'm not sure if that's where the turret placement was meant to be. I wonder if there was a close contact. Well, there you go. It's going to take out the Reinhardt, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like every time they start to push forward, they go right through that gate. This one's a tough one because it really only has that one way in.
Yeah.
Even if you go in through that smaller room, it's just tough.
There we go. That was the good move by Reaper to come up there and try to get that on off the perch. Yeah, this map has been our Achilles heel here. So we have struggled with this one to unlock the payload. We get stuck right here often, where we're not rushing in to get through the point, and we let them bunch us up here in the doorways and the choke points. So.
Yeah, and it is really tough. I think this is one where some well-placed Symmetra turrets can really make a difference in that gate area if you can kind of take some of them out, thin it a little bit. Yeah,
try to get through and get past them, right? There we go. So we got our Reaper and our Zarya up on here, and they were all pushed up here. So we did start to unlock it here. Reaper is still hanging up, and they got him. Okay, so with just a little bit of progress here towards unlocking the payload. We still have a minute left to make this happen. All right, they're all going to come up. They got to just come through the door. Don't stop in there. Come on, Orisa, get out of there. You got the shield. Come on out. Get up on there. Get on the point.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Zarya. We've got. Oh, I think we just lost Reaper back there.
I almost said it and then.
Yeah. So, 25 seconds. We're gonna buy one more crack at this before we run out of time. So they're gonna have to wait up. We got Mercy up there over there, but she's gonna wait for. There we go. Okay, Reaper coming up. Gonna push down. Ran past the Ana.
Yeah, that Reaper
Down.
going up to get the Ana is really, it's a smart strategy. And you'll notice he draws her down every time he does that too, and she loses that high advantage point.
Okay, here we go. These guys got to make their. Guys got to get on there on the point here. We're gonna lose the overtime contesting. Okay, we got Reaper up there. They still got 2. Lucio's healing them. Now they got 3 on 1. Okay, Mercy trying to stay in there, trying to keep it alive. Come on, Arissa. Come on up on the point. Got Mercy there.
Yeah, when you get into this overtime mode, you almost have to do a little bit of like self-sacrifice of
just keep
I need
somebody
to, anything
alive.
to get on the point.
Okay, we got Symmetra up with a couple of turrets. She just got knocked though. All right, and Zarya wasn't able to get in there.
This map, we need to start banning this map.
Yeah, we do. I wonder if we picked it though. I think we like it.
Why?
I don't know.
It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. Once you start moving the payload, I feel like it always goes a little bit quicker, but it just.
And once you don't unlock the payload right away, that pressure just starts to build, right? And it's tough to just.
Yeah, that ticking clock is.
Yep. Right. Like
tough.
okay, you know. It's like because it starts to feel like this thing should be moving by now, right? And.
Yeah, you get frustrated having to make that run up the hill over and over and over again to get back through that gate again once you've stood on that point. So it looks like we've switched from Moira to Lucio now.
Okay.
They have totally switched up there.
Yeah, they've gone Wrecking Ball. They got Wrecking Ball, Bastion, Junkrat, Ana. Almost feels like, yeah, that is a very different group. All right, well, we'll see what they come out with. Okay, so we're gonna follow their approach here. We're gonna come up and we're gonna try to engage them, not let them get to the point, and we're gonna bring the fight to them, which I like.
I do really like Lucio for these, for the control portion too, because his healing is that area of effect too, so you can kind of stand in and around that point and make sure that your team's able to stay on there.
Yeah. Be able to move people around a little bit. I mean, there's no you can't
to push people right off.
You can get them off you can get them off the point, right? And sometimes a little bit is all you need.
Yeah, not so much on this map, but some of them too. There's like that edge right behind them, and you can kind of just like push them right off the edge of the map.
Yeah. All right, so far we're doing a decent job here of engaging them out here and not letting them get set up. It's an interesting move, I think, on their part to use Bastion here now rather than defending.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. That he's much more of a defensive one. Once you get the payload moving, parking a Bastion on top of it though is a really good strategy.
Especially with the shielder like Reinhardt or Arissa up there. Yeah.
So it looks like they have a little bit on the point. They're able to get forward.
Yeah.
We pulled back really quickly, I think.
Yeah. So they got a Wrecking Ball in there bopping us around. They've got they got their Diva diving up on our Arissa up on the upper level there. So they've got some good strategy here. They've got some technically sound players. That's for sure. So they're trying to keep it alive. They didn't get a lot of progress on unlocking the hybrid or unlocking the payload here, but and it looks like we held them off. Still have Bastion back there. They got the Wrecking Ball back up. We got the mech, but she's still Diva's still bouncing around.
Yeah, looks like the Wrecking Ball put down the mines on the point.
Yeah, so
and
gotta be careful.
shook us out a little bit. But
was just mentioning that we had a player right next to. All right. They were able to run the clock on us, huh?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's it. Just like
they've
that.
grown a lot, though. I mean, it always doesn't feel good to be like, well, you're better. But I mean, I really have seen a huge jump in their skills over the course of the season, over just a few weeks.
Yeah, they've come a long way these last 2 seasons, right? So that's always good to see. So we are we are actively recruiting for players for both Overwatch, or for Overwatch, for Valorant, and for Fortnite. I think Valorant and Fortnite start November 29th. Overwatch is, I want to say, first week of November, more like
November
11th, 8th or
8th, I think
9th
I
or something
saw.
like that. Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
pretty quick turnaround for that. So, and we're looking for players for all three, and Rocket League as well. So, if for anybody out there watching, if you guys are interested in joining, we're always looking for more players to join. There's a lot of fun. The kids really have a good time. They enjoy working with the coaches. You can see on here the development that they see over time. So
Yeah, I mean, I know Nate has really loved it, and I think it's a really nice team activity, especially for kids who are like not into the soccer and like running around.
yeah, that's one of the reasons we brought XP League to the Brookfield area was talking to some other like like with the high school experience. They're finding that a lot of their high school esports players, this is the first time some of those kids have ever played on a team, because they weren't into sports, or maybe the first time since like soccer when they were 5. Right. So
yeah, I mean, and I played team sports because that was like the only team activity, and I'm not an athletic person, and I think for there are lots of kids who aren't, and so this is still a nice teamwork, camaraderie, competitive spirit kind of thing. So it's a good opportunity for them.
Absolutely. So, well, on that note, yeah. So if you're interested, come check out the website for XP League Brookfield, and or give us a call here at the center, and we'll be happy to provide any information that you need. So, all right. So until next season, signing off here, and hopefully we'll be running this one back again. We'll see. So, all right.